disadvantage for a team if it's your first game and the other team's got 2 or 3 games under their belt. And we played Bishop Walsh the first game of the season for us, and that was their 4th game. I think that's a definite advantage for Southern. It's going to take a quarter maybe to get the nerves out, and that always hurts you. But on the other hand, Southern, they don't know what to expect because they have not been able to scout this team. You're not sure what kind of defense you're going to see, so it's kind of hard to prepare for them.
Well, in the past, the Vikings have come up with a very tenacious man-to-man defense, and we saw a little bit of that in the JV game tonight. As the JVs played 90% man-to-man, they did go a little bit of zone, but in the end, the Southern JVs run their record to 3-0 in the season with a very close 42-40 win over the Vikings.
Yeah, Southern had the ball with 30 seconds to go, and the score was tied 40-40. Southern went into a 4-corner offense to hold the ball for the last shot, executed perfectly. Sean McCreary drove down the lane with about 3 seconds to go and hit a layup, and didn't take the shot too soon, so Petersburg did not have time to score after the bucket.
Yeah, they held the ball for well over a minute, as you said, and that's really great if you can execute that, but if you lose it down with 10 or 15 seconds to go, you're in big trouble. But Coach Jim Bosley's JVs did it exactly the way you're supposed to, got the last-minute bucket, and their 3rd victory this season. For the Rams tonight, the varsity, we look to see the same starting lineup. Corey Bosley along with Brad Reese, Chris Miller, Evan Lance, and Corey Tressler. Not really sure about the Petersburg Vikings. We'll just have to pick them up during the introductions here.
Okay, we'll catch them as they come out and let you know.
They are a very big team, both in tallness and also in size. There's some pretty good-sized boys out there.
Well, it's their first game, and they lost their guards from last year. They graduated, so the backcourt's very inexperienced. Their front court is experienced. These are the guys that played last year. Wetzel was about 6'4". He averaged over 10 points a game last year, and they have Burton and Taylor. They're both about 6'3", all with returning lettermen.
Well, we have a nice crowd here tonight. If you're driving around the Oakland area, I'd like to see a good basketball game. There still are some seats available, although the gym's probably 3/4 full, maybe a little bit more than that. The side, our side, we call it, with the adults, pretty well full, and the student side and the adults on the opposite side of the court is about 3/4 full tonight. So if you get a chance, there's still time before tip-off. We got a couple of minutes here during the introductions, so come on out. Right now, we're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.
At John Deere dealers, humble people are test driving the all-new 4020 Series compact utility tractor. They're sliding into its deluxe high-back seat, they're turning the key, and they're starting to feel pretty darn confident. Because once they feel that staggering surge of power rush beneath them, any lingering doubt is replaced with a big old can of can-do. Riding high and mighty atop the all-new 4020 Series, their self-reliance skyrockets as they experience the beefed-up horsepower and added torque of its turbocharged engine. Yes, the all-new 4020 Series can make you feel all-powerful. And yes, it can be yours for 0 interest for 2 whole years. So take a test drive today, because nothing runs like a Deere.
Offer ends 2/28/05. Up to 20% down payment may be required, subject to approved credit on John Deere Credit Installment Plan. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details and other financing options.
See the 4020 Series at Manor Home Center, your local John Deere dealer in Mountain Lake Park.
This is Kathy Schaefer, the proud owner of Schaefer Ford in Oakland. I'm proud of our employees because they care about our customers and each other. Did you know our sales department has a total of over 113 years of experience? And our service department has a total of over 127 years of experience. That's why people consider us to be the best dealership around. I'm also proud of our product. We now have the new 500, a 4-door sedan, and Freestyle, an 8-passenger wagon, both with all-wheel drive, and of course the new Mustang. These are all in our showroom now. Come by and have a look. And last but certainly not least, I'm thankful and proud of our customers. Our old customers, our new customers, and customers yet to come. So as the proud owner of Schaefer Ford in Oakland, from all of our dealership family and my personal family, Holly, Bart, and I'd like to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
92.3 The Train.
Well, we're back at Southern High School, and the starting lineup is being introduced. First, Travis Bohr, 5'10 senior, along with Cliff Auld, also a 5'10 senior. And for the Vikings, number 34, Josh Taylor. Taylor's a 6'2 junior. Kevin Burton, a 6'3 senior, comes out. And Ben Wetzel, a 6'4 junior. So a good tall starting lineup for the Petersburg Vikings. The Rams will be introduced. While that's going on, we'd like to remind you tonight's game is brought to you by Sheriff Dick Sanders and the Garrett County Sheriff's Department, who remind you to be cool, stay in school, and say no to drugs and alcohol. And also by the Garrett County Memorial Hospital, quality care close to home. Out on the court, Eric Blamble comes out along with Jimmy Heinball, Joey Tressler, Brett DeWitt, Nathan Harris, Nick Gregg. And the starting lineups for the Rams, the 6-foot point guard, the senior Corey Mosley, number 5. Wearing number 10 is Brad Reese, a 5'11 senior. He's the 2 guard. Chris Miller will playing the 3 position of the 6'0 senior, wearing number 23. Then Evan Lance, the 6'4 junior underneath, wears number 32. And Corey Tressler, the 6'2 senior, wearing number 40. Rams should be ready to go, Coach. They got to get out in front quickly, though.
Yeah, they do. And you talk about Brad Reese being the 2 guard. On the offensive end, he's the 2 guard. On the defensive end, he always plays the point guard. So he's kind of like the defensive point and the 2 guard on offense.
Dual role for him, and does a great job on both ends, but especially on the defensive role. He usually gets the role of playing the toughest offensive player for the opponent. So we're about ready to get underway. Stepping into the center circle, 6'4 junior Ben Wetzel. And he will stand in, I think, against Corey Tressler. That's what they've been doing. We'll have to wait and see just how they line it up tonight.
I would guess that the Rams have had a jump off there, because I would guess it'd be pretty close between Evan Lance and Corey Tressler.
Yep. Well, Corey Tressler stands in, and we're about ready to get underway. We hope you enjoy tonight's ball game.
Corey Tressler is such a quick jump. He jumps.
And he gets the tap, gets it over to Reese, now to Mosley. Mosley brings it into the front court, and we're underway. Miller in the left-hand corner looks down low, gets it back out to Reese at the top of the key. Couple of dribbles to the near side, that's the right side. Down to Miller in the right corner, takes it towards the lane, picks up the dribble, bounce pass comes out to Tressler, over to Mosley on the left side. He'll dribble with the left hand to the foul line extended on the left side. Hands it off to Reese, and he brings it back out near the center circle. Just underway, no score here at Southern High School. Corey Mosley tries to go into the lane. He's being guarded by Cliff Ault, and Ault reaches in, commits a hand check.
The Rams with all kinds of movement in their motion offense that time. I think everybody but Evan Lance got a chance to handle the ball, but never got a shot.
First team foul of the night against the Vikings. Inbound pass comes to Mosley. Mosley still works against Ault, gets it open down the lane, puts it up for the layup, rolls off rim, won't go. Brad Reese taps the rebound. Mosley was out of bounds, jumped back in and grabbed it, but he hadn't established in, so it's not a turnover.
Yeah, Corey Mosley with nice penetration, got right to the rim, and the ball just didn't drop for him.
Here comes Travis Bohr, the point guard, as he kicks it over on the right side to Ault. Ault with the ball high over his head, goes baseline right side, almost out of bounds, turns around and tries to save it and throws it out of bounds.
Just a little bit out of control, tried to take the baseline. I don't think it was there, saw the help side coming over, and tried to throw the ball back out. Really was too far off balance to throw it to anybody.
1 minute gone in the first quarter, no score here at Southern High School as Mosley has it down the right side, goes baseline, fake, can't get the shot, turnaround jumper, across the rim, no good. Rebound by Wetzel. Ben Wetzel with the outlet pass to Bohr. And the Vikings are back on the attack. Into the front court against Mosley. Comes over on the left side to Taylor. Taylor lobs it back out top to Key Burton. Being guarded by Evan Lance. Over on the left side, back over to Wetzel. The 6'4 junior takes it into the lane, although he has the layup short, no good. Ball partially blocked by Lance. Now he gets another block, And it comes down to Bosley.
The Rams gave up penetration that time, got right to the rim, but they had to run into Evan Lance, and he put two of them away.
Top of the key to Miller. Chris Miller on the right side to Reese. Reese back for Corey Bosley. Bosley, jumper from 17 feet straight away is good. Or make that Tressler, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Corey Tressler, and it's good to see him get on track early because he's had good ball games, but really hasn't quite dominated like he's able to.
Straight away from the basket, about 17 feet. Corey Tressler puts the Rams up 2. Here's a 12-foot jumper off the glass, no good by Wetzel. Rebound being fought for. And Miller comes down with it. He's tied up. It'll be Viking basketball.
Got that rebound and really wasn't able to chin it. They had to drop down too low, and anytime you drop the ball down low and you're rebounding, good chance you're going to lose it. If someone's going to tie you up, a guard will sneak in and take it.
Brett DeWitt into the Ram lineup for Chris Miller. Inbound pass comes to Bohr, 5'10 senior between the circles straight away. Over on the right side, it goes to Alt. Ball, however, his head works against Reese, tries to dribble, can't get it, comes back outside to Burton. Burton on the near side to Bohr. He'll take it to the foul line, into the lane, stumbles, throws up a runner, but he travels first.
I think he walked about 3 times. First when he jump stopped, he slid, and then he walked, and then he fell. He walk any number of ways.
5:20 to play, first quarter. Rams lead 2-0. Ball comes to DeWitt, down the left side to Reese. Foul line extended over near the sideline. Back to Bosley in the circle. He takes it down the left side of the lane, can't get the shot off. And it goes to Tressler. Tressler takes it down the lane, puts the shot up. It goes. Is it going to count?
I think it'll be called on the floor.
34 got the call, but it was a floor foul, not a shooting foul. First foul on Josh Taylor, second team foul against the Vikings. Bosley will inbound off the baseline, gets it to Reese back in the front court. Takes it top of the key, left side Bosley, 3-ball in here, partially blocked under there and taken out of the air by Taylor. Taylor gets it back over to Alt. Cliff Alt brings it into the front court for the Vikings. Just under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter, 2-0 Southern. Very slow start for both teams. They try to work the ball inside, tapped around, pulled down by Bosley. He'll take it down to the baseline on the left side. Skip pass over to Reese. Reese had the shot, fakes, puts it up, no good. Rebound fought for by Travis Bohr. He'll speed down the right sideline and then hold everything up and let the offense set up.
I think Reese should have gone ahead and taken that shot. He was wide open, and he tried to get a little closer, but then he was covered.
Taylor works the pass inside to Alt. Alt has the shot, no good, but he's fouled. And the foul goes against Corey Bosley. That's his first personal, first team foul. And that will send Cliff Alt, the 5'10 senior, to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Corey Bosley that time was the guy on help side. It really wasn't his fault. That time Petersburg made a cut to the basket, and the Rams didn't front that cutter.
Alt gives the Vikings their first point of the season. He sinks the first, and we have a 2-1 ball game. Ready for the second. This one's up and in. We have a 2-2 tie with 4:19 to play in the first quarter. Vikings in a half-court man-to-man defense. Over on the right side, it goes to Reese. He runs it down in the corner. Bounce pass inside the Lance. Back out to DeWitt on the left side. Tressler, 3. Across the rim, no good. Rebound by Brad Reese. He'll bring it back out front and let the offense set up. Goes to Tressler between the circles. Couple of dribbles. He's being guarded by Taylor. Now it comes back out to Reese. Over to Bosley. Just outside the arc on the left side. Corey Tressler now in the left-hand corner. Looks down low, trying to get somebody to break free. He'll take a couple of dribbles now to the top of the key, drops it off to Bosley. Bosley, left-hand dribble, back to Tressler on the left wing. 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Back out front, it comes to Reese. Reese over on the right side to Bosley. Bosley takes it into the lane, fakes, stops, puts up the runner, off the rim, no good. Taps it back up himself, no good. Put back up and in and give that one to
that was Brett DeWitt.
Yeah, 24. Brett DeWitt got the tap in.
Not very big in there, gives up a lot of size, but he's just quick to the basketball and beat Petersburg to the offensive rebound.
4-2 Southern now, with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Over it goes on the right side. Burton back out top, the key to Taylor. On the left side to Wetzel. Wetzel ball high over his head as he looks down low, looking for somebody to cut through. Instead goes to Bohr. Top of the keys, puts up the 2. Good. Travis Bohr for 2 just inside the foul circle. And we have a 4-4 tie. Here's Mosley back down court. Gets it to the top of the key to DeWitt over on the left wing. Now back out to Mosley. Mosley fakes, puts it up. Off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Taylor. Taylor out to Bohr. He'll bring it into the front court over on the right side to Taylor. Taylor puts it up. 2-pointer just inside the arc. And the Vikings lead 6-4. Kessler gets it on the left wing. He'll take it into the lane. Almost lost control. Gets it back out to DeWitt. Now on the right side it comes to Reese. Reese back to Tressler. Tressler down the lane. Puts it up. It will not go, but he's fouled.
See, Tressler is trying to take the ball to the basket a little more than he has the last couple games where he's been content to spot up on the outside and shoot the 3. He's been looking to take the ball to Hall and has got drawn 2 fouls.
Fouls on Josh Taylor, and that's his second here in the first quarter. Third team foul against the Vikings. It was not a shooting foul, so Brett DeWitt will inbound off the far sidelines, midway from the baseline to the midcourt line. Inbound, the pass comes into Jimmy Heinball in the ball game now. Heinball gets it to Reese. Reese out front as we go under 2 minutes to play. 6-4 Petersburg over on the left side to Tressler. Foul line extended near the left sideline. Ball high over his head, back out front. It comes to Heinball over on the right side to Reese. Reese, couple dribbles, picks it up now. Back it comes to Tressler, left side to Heinball. He's still outside the arc. Looking down low, nobody there. Whistle. 3-second call in the lane. And a turnover back to the Vikings. 1:34 to play, and the Vikings lead 6-4 here in the first quarter. Bohr brings it into the front court. Right wing it goes to Berg. Berg back out top of the key. 18-footer put up out there. No good. Tap back up. No good. Rebound underneath, though, by the Vikings. Put back up and in by Josh Taylor. Taylor has 4 points here in the quarter, and the Vikings lead it 8-4. Ball goes left wing now inside to Lance, and Lance is shoved underneath by Kevin Burton. That's his first personal. And the 4th team foul against the Vikings.
I thought that's been there earlier a couple times. Evan Lance posted up, and I thought it was open. I think the Rams were afraid they were going to turn it over and didn't throw it, but I think it's been open several times.
Kessler gets it into Lance. Back out front it comes to Heinball. Now on the near side it comes, and a traveling violation is called on Brad Reese.
Jabbed with 1 foot and then led with the other foot. It's always a walk.
Here's Jerry Tressler into the Ram lineup now as we go under a minute to play in the first quarter. 8-4, the Vikings lead the Rams. This is Bohr, kicks it down the left-hand corner. Ball comes down to Burton. Burton inside, taken away by Reese, banged around out of bounds. Last touched by Brad. So the Vikings will get it back with 47.2 to play. Taylor off the baseline, gets it in to Wetzel. Quick jumper is good. Ben Wetzel.
You notice the big guys from Petersburg can all shoot.
Yeah, about a 15-footer off the baseline. 10-4. Here's a skip pass to Tressler on the near side. Tressler looks inside. Can't get it in, so they work it back out around the top of the key to Brad Reese. The 5'11 senior gets it back on the right side to Tressler. Tressler goes in the lane. He hasn't knocked loose. Picks it up, though, and gets it up over the rim and in. 10-6 now as we're down to 12 seconds to play. Bohr will look for the last shot as it's down to 9. He takes it into the lane. Bounce pass over in the corner. Whistle. Traveling violation called on Josh Taylor with 4 seconds left.
See if the Rams can get a shot off. I'd like to see them be able to throw the ball up the sideline if they could. They have time if they don't have to go back to get the ball.
Be a big basket if they could get this one. Comes into Mosley with 2 seconds, 1 second. Shots in the air. Good if it goes off the rim.
Got a great shot. Took the ball right to the top of the key. It would have been a 3, but just couldn't get it to fall.
End of the first quarter. Vikings 10, the Rams 6. We'll be back after this.
Wolverine boots and shoes give the world's most comfortable boot, guaranteed. In 1998, under license from the Harley-Davidson Company, Wolverine Worldwide began building the Harley-Davidson footwear brand. Harley-Davidson footwear captures the spirit of independence and adventure rumbling at the heart of the Harley-Davidson legend. Harley-Davidson footwear, available at Stompers for men, women, and children on Route 135, Mountain Lake Park. Stompers, clothes for your feet.
Help you save money for all those Christmas gifts. Schaefer Ford has a great car value for you this holiday season. This is Jeff Oval inviting you to test drive one of 2 program cars on special. They are 2004 model Ford Escapes with XLT package, V6, automatic, power equipment grouping, and our 4-wheel drives. Both of these Escapes have low mileage on them, and you can buy your choice for just $17,995. Let us wrap up your Escape for this holiday season from Schaefer Ford Sales, Route 219 North in Oakland, where vehicles cost less.
92.3, The Train.
It'll be Ram basketball as we start the second quarter. We want to remind you tonight's game is brought to you by the Terra Alta Bank with locations in Oakland and Terra Alta. Inbound pass comes to Corey Bosley, now to Reese on the left wing, back out top the key to Tressler, left side to Bosley. He'll let the offense set up again as he moves out near the center circle. 10-6 is their score. Vikings lead. Ball goes over on the left side to Joey Tressler. Now back out it comes to Corey. Corey Tressler, jumper from 18. Good. Corey Tressler just inside the arc. Has 6 points here in the first half.
He hasn't had any easy shots either. That was just a one-on-one move where he jabbed and defense stepped back and he hit the long jumper.
Adam Bird works against Brad Reese. Now it goes down deep in the corner to Vance. Vance drops the pass out to Burton, and now back to Casey Vance, a 5'10 sophomore. Back over on the left side, it comes to Josh Taylor, back out top the key to Wetzel. He'll take a couple dips, ball knocked away by Reese. It's on the floor, picked up, and traveling violation called. It'll be a turnover back to the right.
I wasn't sure anybody really had control. If you don't have control, I don't know how you can walk. It was being kicked around. Everybody was diving and scrambling for it.
Joey Tressler, Brad Reese, Evan Lance, Corey Tressler, and Corey Bosley for the Rams. Ball comes to Lance now in the corner to Bosley. He takes baseline, fakes 15-foot jumper, round to rim twice, won't go. Rebound is tapped around on the floor, and jump ball called. It'll be Petersburg basketball.
Corey Bosley's had some good looks. He just can't get the ball to drop. And, he's good enough scorer. He needs to keep shooting, and that's what he's done. He's had some good looks. The ball just hasn't gone down. But for the Rams to be successful, he has to keep looking to score.
Adam Bird gets the inbound pass with 6.5 minutes to play in the half. 10-8's our score. Petersburg by 2. Down in the right corner it goes to Taylor. Back out to Vance. He'll take it down the left side of the lane. Can't get the shot. Kicks it over on the left wing. Shot put up over there, and it goes, bounces around and goes in. Adam Bird with his first varsity basket. Well, I shouldn't say first varsity basket of this year, maybe. Here's Bosley as the Vikings lead at 12-8. Over to Tressler on the left wing. Tressler looks down low, back out to Reese between the circles, kicks it over on the right side to Joey Tressler. Ball high over his head as he looks inside, back out to Corey. Tressler back over to his brother Joey, now back out to Corey. Over left side it goes to Reese, and on the left wing to Bosley. Bosley looks down low, now he'll drive baseline, fakes, puts the shot up, fouled from behind. He'll shoot 2. He drew the foul on Kevin Burton, I do believe.
That's one of the things Corey Bosley does probably as well as anybody in this area, and that is he'll get a little penetration, and then he'll show the ball and draw the foul. He always seems to be able to make sure there's contact and goes to the line.
2 fouls on Kevin Burton, 2 on Josh Taylor, and that's the 15th foul. Bosley has a rare miss on the front end of the 2-shot foul. Rams trail 12-8, 5:43 to go. Second quarter action from Southern High School. Bosley hits the second. We have a 3-point ball game, 12-9. Berg works against Reese, brings it into the front court, lobs it down in the left-hand corner to Vance. Vance will work back out to the front court. Gets cut off. Now comes back over on the near side to Berg. Berg takes it into the lane. Back to Vance. Vance loses it, but it rolls right over to Taylor. Josh Taylor back to Vance on the right wing. Now back out it comes to Burton. Left side, 3-point shot in the air is across the rim. No good by Berg. And the rebound by the Rams. Reese brings it to the top of the key, right side to Bosley. Bosley tries to work it inside to Lance, but he can't get there, and it goes out of bounds. Really didn't get to anybody.
No, he led him too far to the baseline side.
Back into the lineup comes Ben Wetzel for the Vikings. And bringing the ball up court is Adam Berg, the 5'11 senior. Works against Reese, walks it into the front court, kicks it over on the right side to Taylor. Taylor inside to Vance. Vance off the baseline and the glass. It's good.
Just scored that off a little back cut.
Casey Vance with 2. Skip pass goes across court to Tressler. Tressler back out to Bosley. Skip pass back to Tressler again. Corey takes a look inside, picks up the dribble, gets it back to Bosley. 14-9.
2-3 zone now from Petersburg.
Vikings lead by 5. Over on the right wing they swing it around the top of the key now to Tressler. Corey gets it back out to Reese. Bounce pass, trying to get it inside the Lance, taken away under there. Adam Berg comes out with it into the front court. And his pass cross court tipped out of bounds by Bosley, so it'll be Viking basketball.
Yeah, the last time it was a poor choice on a post feed, but Petersburg has taken Lance right out of the offensive flow right there. The Rams have not been able to get him the ball in scoring areas.
4 minutes to play in the first half. Vikings lead at 14-9. Here's a 3-point shot in the air around the rim, no good by Berg. And the rebound by Joey Tressler. Gets it out to Reese, left side. Now they work it inside. Lance up off the glass. It's good, and he's fouled.
Well, that time Lance scored because he beat everybody down the floor. He's underneath, but he sprinted down the floor and got down before the big guys from Petersburg got there. And the Rams pushed the ball up and dumped it into him right away, and he was undefended when he caught the ball.
And the foul on number 34, Josh Taylor. That's his 3rd. And the 6th-team foul. So after this, the Rams will be in the 1-on-1 for the remainder of the half. Lance puts the 3-point shot up. It's good. And we're back to a 2-point ball game. 14-12 Petersburg with 3:40 to play here in the second quarter. Casey Vance into the front court. Over on the right side it goes to Wetzel. Wetzel, couple of dribbles down in the corner to Alt. Alt will bring it back out front. And back off with 3.5 minutes to play. Picks up his dribble, looking for the pass, lobs it inside to Wetzel. Wetzel right under the basket, puts it up and in.
Well, what Petersburg's doing is they have nobody in the post. 5-man motion in the perimeter like Northern runs, leaving the post area open for back cuts and flashes.
Bosley gets it over on the near side. And the ball is lost down there by Brad Reese, picked up by Alt. He takes it coast to coast, blocked by Bosley on the layup. What a defensive play by Corey Bosley.
He just came in behind him when he shot the layup and hit it off the backboard.
Brought it back out. Reese has it now on the right side to Tressler. Tressler looking for the cutting person inside. Nobody there. Gets it to Bosley on the right wing. Down low, back at it comes to Reese. Over to the left side, Tressler. 3 ball in the air. Corey hits the 3.
That was a long 3.
16-15, Rams by 1. Whistle, timeout Vikings, 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here, and while we do that, we remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Garrett County Memorial Hospital, quality care close to home. That was a long 3, you're right.
It was, and it was just off ball reversal against a 2-3 zone, and Corey Tressler spotted up on the left wing. The Rams have, I don't know if it's because they just shot the ball poorly or if it's because of Petersburg's defense or some of both, have had to struggle scoring points against the man-to-man. But Petersburg's going to a 2-3. I'm a little surprised as much trouble as the Rams have had scoring that they've gone at, and that's just to protect the guys that are in foul trouble.
And we want to remind everybody, stay tuned for our post-game show, and we'll have our post-game interview with Coach Tom Bosley. And also, we will be naming our Brownings Oakland Foodland Player of the Game. So be sure and stay tuned when this one's over. Right now, there's 2:29 to go in the first half. 16-15 ball game. Vikings on top, and they have the basketball. Travis Bohr brings it into the front court. I don't know what he did. He traveled, but he kind of bobbled the ball.
He was trying to throw the ball to the wing, but Brad Reese had it denied. There was nowhere to throw it. The guy back cut, and he was going to throw it, but Reese took that away, and he couldn't stop in time because he was already anticipating making the pass.
Chris Miller in. Out goes Joey Tressler for the Rams. Mosley gets a bounce pass to Reese. Foul line extended on the left side. Into Lance at the foul line. Back over to Mosley in the left-hand corner. Trying to work Lance free inside. Instead it comes to Corey Tressler. Corey has the ball knocked away, then steals it back. And then there's a tie-up. It's going to be Southern basketball on the alternate possession rule.
Well, Corey Tressler got picked, so he turned right around and picked the guy that picked him, and then resulted in a held ball.
And he picked a peck of pickled peppers.
For you to say.
Yeah.
God.
Here we go. Out it comes to Reese in the front court. Takes it to the top of the key, right side to Tressler. Tressler to Mosley. Kick it left wing to Reese. Ball high over his head, down on the baseline. Corey Tressler drives baseline, puts it up and in.
11 points for Corey Tressler. He's got 11 of Southern's 17 points. That's a lead for Southern now, 17-16.
Into the front court, Travis Bohr on the left side to Alt. Ball goes down deep in the left-hand corner to Wetzel. They swing it back around the top of the key to Vance. Now back left side to Alt. Vance cuts through, can't get the pass, so Alt takes a couple of dribbles, takes it down the lane, bounce pass goes down on the baseline to Wetzel. Back out front it comes Burton. Burton puts the shot up, no good. Rebound by Mosley. Up court very quickly. Tressler with a fake. Back out front it comes to Mosley, to Lance. Lance gets it over to Reese on the right side. He looks down low. Miller down there can't get the ball into him, so he comes back out to Mosley. Under a minute to play in the half. Rams lead 17-16. Mosley to Tressler. The Rams may try to hold for the last shot. Back out it comes to Reese at the center circle. Over on the right side to Mosley. 40 seconds on the clock. Inside to Lance. He lost control. The ball's tapped around. And finally taken away by Bohr. Comes down baseline. Shot put up no good. And Corey Mosley on the rebound with 30 seconds to go.
He was worried about Corey Tressler blocking that one. You can see instead of looking to the rim, he was looking to the defense.
25 seconds. Mosley still with the basketball in the front court. Now to Reese at the center circle. Right side to Miller. Chris Miller looks down low. Now gets it to Mosley. 14 seconds. Clock is now down to 10 seconds to play. Rams get the last shot here. Mosley takes it down, backs off with 5, takes it in, gets it back to Tressler. 3 balls good. Corey Tressler hits the 3 at the buzzer. What a play, what a nice plan, and it worked.
Well, they held for the last shot, and they took it at just the right time, executed that play perfect, and then he got Corey Mosley, who set that up with his penetration into the lane, and when everyone collapsed on him, he kicked it right back out to Tressler for the 3. Tressler hit that with a guy running right at him and trying to block it, and he still managed to put it down.
Straight away from about a foot or 2 behind the arc, and Tressler hits the big 3 to give the Rams a 4-point lead at halftime. We'll be back after these messages.
What makes a John Deere a John Deere? Is it the unmistakable gleaming, dare we say loud, green and yellow colors that can be seen riding high across this great land we call My Country 'Tis of Thee? Could it be that John Deere has a bit more experience in this whole tractor thing, say 167 years worth? Is it the fact that a Deere dealer will actually come to your personal abode for a tractor checkup like an old-fashioned country doctor? Or might it be the razor-sharp, almost ninja-like perfection of the Deere Edge cutting system? How can you find the answers? Why are we asking you so many questions to help you solve these mysteries of mowing? Just come down to your local John Deere dealer, and starting at just $14.99, you can sit in that bright yellow seat and experience for yourself the feeling of being on the tractor that started it all. Nothing runs like a Deere.
List price excludes tax, freight, setup, or delivery, and is subject to change. Price and models may vary by dealer.
See a full line of John Deere lawn and garden tractors at Manor Home Center in Mountain Lake Park, your local John Deere dealer.
Hello, this is Kathy Kathy Schaefer, you know, the proud owner of Schaefer Ford in Oakland. I'm proud of our employees because they care about our customers and each other. Did you know our sales department has a total of over 113 years of experience? And our service department has a total of over 127 years of experience. That's why people consider us to be the best dealership around. I'm also proud of our product. We now have the new 500, a four-door sedan, and Freestyle, an 8-passenger wagon, both with all-wheel drive, and of course the new Mustang. These are all in our showroom now. Come by and have a look. And last but certainly not least, I'm thankful and proud of our customers. Our old customers, our new customers, and customers yet to come. So as the proud owner of Schaefer Ford in Oakland, from all of our dealership family and my personal family, Holly, Bart, and I'd like to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
92.3 The Train.
Well, we're back at halftime at Southern High School, where on a three-point goal by Corey Tressler, the Rams lead by 4, 20-16. I'll tell you what, for the opening game for the Petersburg Vikings, they're playing very well.
They really are, and they look to me like they're really well drilled. Looks like they've really prepared for the pressure man-to-man that Southern throws at you. Spreading the floor a little bit in their 5-man motion and getting back cuts and flashes from the weak side into the open areas. And also, I was impressed with them on the defensive end. They've come out and played the Rams pretty difficult, pretty hard, and the Rams had some trouble scoring.
Well, they have a good man-to-man defense themselves. They came out, played that most of the half. They did go into a zone at one time for a little while, but...
And I think they did that because they had a couple guys with 2 fouls, and they're trying to protect them a little bit.
Yeah, foul trouble right now. They do have Josh Taylor, the 6'2 senior, with 3, and Kevin Burton with 2, so that's probably right. They went in to protect those. A nice breakout game tonight for Corey Tressler. He's in with a couple of threes and playing a very good floor game. Now he needs some help from the other guys.
Yeah, and I thought Corey Bosley played well the first half, but he just didn't shoot the ball well. He missed a couple easy ones. But if you watch Petersburg, they all can kind of handle the ball, even their big guys. Seem to be able to shoot it from the outside. And there's really nobody you can key on to try to stop from Petersburg. It's a very balanced team. They can all kind of do the same things.
Yeah, and they've pretty well taken away the inside game from the Rams, too. They're not able to work the ball in.
They have done a great job with taking away Evan Lance inside. He got 1 bucket and a foul when he just beat everybody down the floor on a fast break. But other than that, they've only tried to go to him 2 or 3 times, and they turned the ball over when they tried to do that. So Petersburg has done a great job of taking that away.
Well, the Rams committed only 1 team foul in the first half and 6 by the Vikings, so it's been a very well-played game. Vikings have got their fouls more or less just on aggressive defense, on maybe reaching or grabbing, trying to get a hold of the ball.
Yeah, they have, and I think we talked about Lance having a hard time getting the ball. I think it's been Burton, that's been guarding him. He's a 6'3", and he's strong, he's physical, and he's just strong enough to kind of move Evan a little bit and make it tough for Evan to post up.
Well, we're at halftime. We're about halfway through our halftime show. We'll take a break, be back, and talk about the individual scoring in the first half after these messages.
At Peak Rehab, they know that rehabilitation is like climbing a mountain. Challenging, tough, even discouraging. But reaching the peak of your performance is worth the work. At Peak Rehab, you'll get one-on-one care, a staff that's friendly and understanding, with cutting-edge technology and techniques. Peak Rehab offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy, physical work evaluations, vision rehab, and so much more. Call Peak Rehab today at 301-533-1010 and reach your peak performance.
What did your 3 to 5-year-old learn today? If your child attended Renaissance Early Learning Center in Oakland, he probably learned a letter of the alphabet, had story time, painted, and sang songs. Your son is recognizing shapes, colors, and numbers. Your daughter learns manners by visiting a restaurant for lunch and explores books at the library as she learns about teamwork. Good luck and go Rams from Renaissance Early Learning Center, the Little People Place, located on 3rd Street in Oakland, 334-2081.
92.3, The Train.
Well, we're back courtside at Southern High School, about 3.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. And when we do that, the Petersburg Vikings will have the basketball, and they trail by 4 by the score of 20-16. We'll take a look at our halftime scoring, and we'll remind you that our halftime scoring summary is brought to you by Sheriff Dick Sanders and the Garrett County Sheriff's Department.
The individual scoring for the Southern Rams, Corey Bosley with 1 free throw for 1 point. Brett DeWitt with 2 points. Evan Lance with 3. Corey Tressler doing most of the scoring with 14. For Petersburg, Travis Bohr with 2. Cliff Alt with 2. Adam Burke with 2. Casey Vance with 2. Josh Taylor with 4. And Ben Wetzel with 4.
And, Coach, that's exactly what you said before we went to break. It's a very balanced Petersburg team. You can't pick one guy out and double him or put a team on him because somebody else is going to pick it up.
And with that 5-man motion, there's nobody inside a lot of times. That means Evan Lance is out on the perimeter playing perimeter defense, something he's not accustomed to. Have to play away from the basket.
Yeah, and I tell you what, hats off to this Petersburg Viking team. They come up here to open the season in a very, very tough place to play. We do have a nice crowd tonight. We got the stage band out, the 6-man clubs over there, and it's a tough place to open up.
It is, and they just came out with a lot of confidence and played tough defense, and it's a low-scoring game. Both teams' defense giving the offense problems.
It just seems to me, and this is the second 2.5 games we've had so far, and there's just some little element missing with the Rams. I don't know what it is. Well, somewhere they're just coming up short.
Right now, Corey Bosley, if he'd hit a couple of those easy shots, I think the Rams might be up 8-10. Corey Tressler has been great scoring-wise with 14. But he has not had an easy shot. He's had some long threes with a hand in the face. He's had a couple moves to the basket, but Petersburg's played him pretty tough. He's earned those 14 points.
Yeah, Petersburg's got to feel pretty good going into halftime. Only down 4 their opening game after the Rams have had 2 under their belt. They're going to have more confidence this half.
Well, I thought Petersburg, for most of that half, outplayed Southern. Southern just came out at the end and had some smart buckets and hit a couple threes from Tressler. He hit a couple tough threes, long threes, but that's been the difference in the game.
And I'll tell you, when we go to Petersburg, we're going to see another player you can see down here in street clothes. He has joined the Vikings, but somehow or other with West Virginia rules, he hasn't attended enough practices yet to play varsity. He has set out 2 games, and then he'll be back, and he looks to be about 6'3", 6'4", and supposed to be a pretty good ball player. So I look for the Vikings to win a few games this year.
They got a transfer coming in. It's going to help them the next time around when we see them.
Yep, they'll be there. Well, we're about ready to get the second half underway, and that just gives us time to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Terra Alta Bank, with locations in Oakland and Terra Alta, and also by the Garrett County Memorial Hospital, where they have quality care close to home. So, nice cold evening. It's warming up pretty good in here. 2 quarters to go in regulation. Who knows after that?
We got a large student section over there for bad weather and a weeknight.
And once again, if you didn't catch the opening, the Southern Ram JV is victorious again tonight. Their record now 3-0 on the season with a very tough 42-40 victory over the Petersburg JVs, and just a great ending to that one.
It was, and again, that was a great execution at the end of the game. Held the ball, didn't turn it over, ran the clock down, and got the last shot. So the worst you do if you did a large student section over there for bad weather and a weeknight.
And once again, if you didn't catch the opening, the Southern Ram JV is victorious again tonight. Their record now 3-0 on the season with a very tough 42-40 victory over the Petersburg JVs, and just a great inning to that one.
It was, and again, that was a great execution at the end of the game. Held the ball, didn't turn it over, ran the clock down, and got the last shot. So the worst you do if you don't score is it's tied, and hit the bucket right at the end. And that was a lot like the end of this first half. The Rams held the ball and came down and got the last shot, got a 3, and that's kind of a backbreaker right there. And I have that marked down as being the big play of the game right now.
Yeah, Tressler hit that from about 22 feet straight away with a man right in his face, and it gave the Rams the 4-point lead here as we go into the third quarter. We're about ready to get underway, so across the way, Cliff Alt will inbound. He'll work it in, try to, and does, gets it into Travis Bohr. Brad Reese picks him up right away as the Rams stay under half-court man-to-man defense. Over on the right wing, it comes to Taylor, back out top, the key to Alt. Alt on the right wing, back to Taylor in the corner, back out front. It comes to Wetzel. Wetzel puts the 3 in the air, no good. Rebound is fought for. Evan Lance along with Kevin Burton, and it's a jump ball. It'll be Ram basketball.
How about that time right there? Wetzel kind of forced that shot. It wasn't quite what they wanted out of their offense.
Rams back on the attack now as Reese has it on the right wing. He'll come back out to the front court. Between the circles, backs off to inside the center circle now. Now he goes back to the right side. Bounce pass in the right-hand corner to Tressler. Lob pass. They try to work it inside to Lance, and it's tapped out of bounds.
Well, I don't know. You got to give Kevin Burton a lot of credit because the Rams have not been able to get Lance the ball in scoring areas.
Back out it comes to Reese. Front court. Over in the corner, Tressler. Tressler off the line. Puts it up good. 2-pointer.
Almost a 3, and boy, he starts the second half right where he left off the first.
22-16 Southern. His foot was right on the line, and Travis Bohr comes down, has to hesitate on the pass, and he's called for traveling.
Well, that's happened twice. He comes down and anticipates throwing that ball over to the wing, and the Rams jump out there, deny it, and there's nowhere to throw it, and he tries to pull it back, but he's already off balance, ready to pass.
Bohr comes out, and Casey Vance, the 5'10 sophomore, comes in for the Vikings. Here's Reese at the top of the key, gets it to Mosley. Half-court man-to-man once again by the Vikings. Reese has it on the right wing, back to Mosley, top of the key, takes it down the left side of the lane, backs off outside the arc. Around the top it goes to Reese. Reese looks down low, can't get anybody open under there, back out to Mosley. 22-16, the Rams lead with 6.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Here's Mosley, tries to work it in, taken away under there by Alt. Tried to get it to Tressler. Alt just took it away.
And the Rams have not been able to get a post feed all night.
There was a travel that they got away with, and the ball's tapped around, out of bounds, and a whistle. What do we got? Officials look, and it goes. Well, what are they going to do? Goes to the Vikings.
Petersburg's ball, I guess, was out. It's underneath us. We can't see.
No way we can call that one. And it comes to Alt. Or make that Vance. Vance tries to get it to Alt on the right wing. Ball tapped away and out of bounds.
Well, on the last 3 possessions, the Rams have tipped 2 of those entry passes on the wing and caused a turnover with a walk. So really trying to get more pressure in the passing lanes. You can see that from the Rams this half.
And the ball in the backcourt. Vance runs it down and then comes up with it and throws it out of bounds.
And there wasn't even a player on that side. Just kind of panicked because Brad Reese was really putting the pressure on him. Back threw it right to a Southern cheerleader.
Miller inbounds to Corey Mosley. We have 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the Rams lead it by 6, 22-16. Here's Mosley down the left side, gets it back out to Tressler. Around the top of the key to Reese. Down to Mosley, right at the top of the key. He looks down low. Nobody open, back to Reese, top of the key. He fakes, takes it down, kicks it over to Miller on the right wing. Miller skip pass cross court to Tressler. Tressler looks, puts the 3 in the air, gets it. Corey Tressler from 3.
And he was way behind the line. In fact, defense walked right under him. Could have easily got a 4-point play out of that.
And they call timeout. The Vikings, they want to talk things over as the Rams move out to a 9-point lead, 25-16. And we have a full timeout, 5:28 to go in the third. The Rams by 9. We'll be back after this.
Mike Shockey at Team 1 GM Auto Mall in Oakland. On behalf of the Team 1 team, I want to wish you and your family a blessed Merry Christmas. At this time, we celebrate the true meaning of Christmas, the birth of Christ. Here at Team 1, we appreciate being part of a caring community and our great country. May God bless each and every one of you and our country and our troops.
92.3, The Train.
Corey Tressler from about 24 feet stood there, looked for somebody to cut loose. Nobody there. The defender gave him 3 or 4 feet, so he just...
I don't think he expected him to shoot. He was deep on that one.
And it was just all net. There was no question. Tressler with, what have I got, 16 points? 3, 6,
19.
19 points already. Inbound comes to Vance. Rams lead by 9, and here's a double dribble. Well,
got away with it.
They got it loose, and it comes back to Wetzel. I thought I heard a whistle. Wasn't there. Mosley steals the ball away from Wetzel, and he'll bring it back into the front court to the top of the key. The right side it goes to Reese on the wing. Looking down low, works his way into the corner. Back out it comes to Mosley with the left hand to the near side of the court. Back out top of the key. Over on the right side now to Tressler. Back out top the key to Mosley. Left side to Reese. Reese goes into the lane. Bounce pass. Tries to work it into Lance, and it's too low for him. Goes out of bounds.
A good idea. Reese got the penetration, and when the help side picked him up, tried to dump it to Lance, and it was there. It was wide open. He just kind of passed it too low, about hit Evan in the ankles.
Here's Taylor inbounding the pass to Alt. Tip Alt brings it into front court, and he touches the ball with both hands. Double dribble again.
Well, the biggest difference in this half right here, talk about Corey Tressler shooting, but the biggest difference has been the defensive intensity from the Rams. They've come out and just put all kinds of pressure on the basketball, pressure on the wings, and Petersburg has not been able to answer that second half.
Joey Tressler into the Ram lineup, and Corey Mosley brings the ball into the front court. Half-court man-to-man by the Vikings. Mosley looks over the defense, kicks it over on the right side to Joey. Tressler back out top of the key to Corey Tressler. Left side it comes to Mosley. Mosley back out to Reese. 6'17", 18-foot jumper off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Ben Wetzel. Wetzel gets it out to Vance, over to the left wing. Now back to Wetzel, over on the right side to Taylor. Taylor lobs it into Wetzel. Wetzel in for the shot, puts it up and in. Ben Wetzel with the first basket of the second half for the Vikings. And it's 25-18. Here's Mosley at the top of the key. Ben Wetzel with the first basket of the second half for the Vikings. And it's 25-18. Here's Mosley at the top of the key. Kicks to the left wing to Tressler. They don't give him the shot this time. He works it back out between the circles. Right side to Joey. Joey puts it up from 17. No good. Rebound fought for. Lance had it and was fouled as it goes out of bounds. Foul called on John. And that's 4 on Taylor.
And yeah, that's a big foul. And Lance, a great job keeping that ball alive. Had to backhand it off the board, back to himself, and is able to keep it alive, and then got fouled.
Mosley out in the front court, gets it to Reese at the foul line. Bounce pass on the baseline. Joey Tressler drops it off to Lance, and Lance puts it up and in.
Very unselfish play. Tressler had almost a layup, but he made the short one to Evan Lance. It was a great pass.
Vance takes it to the foul line in the lane, kicks it over to Burton. Burton comes back out on the left side to Taylor. Taylor from 17 misses everything. Rebound fought for, out of bounds. Whistle. Foul called.
I think they got Joey Tressler. He was trying to box out and got him called for the push.
That's the first foul on Tressler, first team foul against the Rams. Whistle, timeout called by the Vikings. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Rams lead at 27-18 with 3:20 to play. Remind you one more time that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Sheriff Dick Sanders and the Garrett County Sheriff's Department, who remind you to be cool, stay in school, and say no to drugs and alcohol.
And we talked about the second half, the biggest difference being the increased intensity on the defensive end from the Southern Rams. You just wonder, can they maintain that for the rest of the ball game, because Petersburg is really struggling against that right now and had a lot of turnovers or forced shots because of it.
Well, you know, in the pregame show, Coach Mosley said one Saturday they worked 2 or 3 hours just on defense, and he said you'd see a different look tonight, and I think it just showed up. Inbound pass, jumper off the baseline is no good by Wetzel. Rebound by Tressler. Tressler trying to get out there with it. Now he'll dribble down the right side and get it off to Mosley. Mosley into the front court. To the lane, kicks it back out to Reese over on the right wing, down to the foul line. Left side, Mosley. Mosley with the fake. Down into the corner, back out front to Reese. Reese tries to work it inside to Lance, knocked away, pulled down by Wetzel. Wetzel works it out, and here comes Adam Berg into the front court with the basketball. Down to 2:40 to play here in the first quarter. Ball goes down in the right-hand corner. Now down on the baseline to Burton, right side. Inside shot rejected under there by Lance, and it's run down clear at the other end of the court. The Vikings get it back. Well, Lance had some authority on that one.
Yes, he certainly did. Looked like the Rams were going to get a breakaway on it, but the good hustle from Petersburg ran it down.
Taylor on the wing gets it back out front to Wetzel. Wetzel back to Vance. Right out at the arc. Has picked up his dribble, and they work it back outside to Wetzel. Wetzel stops. 15-foot jumper. No good. He traveled before he got the shot off.
And again, I think that walk was just caused by pressure on the ball and a lot more, and the Rams really getting after it on the defensive end. I think on the offensive end, Brad Reese is going to have to step in and hit that little 15-foot jumper. His man is dropping way down and kind of fronting Evan Lance and making it tough to get the ball inside.
Brett DeWitt and Nathan Harris into the Ram lineup for the 2 minutes to go here in the third. Here's the ball to Joey Tressler. Back out now. It comes to DeWitt. Over to Mosley. Takes it to the foul line. Can't get the shot off. Tries to work it inside. Intended under there for Harris. But it's tapped out of bounds. Last touch by the Rams.
And the Rams, if they've attempted to go inside, have not been able to make any post feeds, and most of those result in turnovers. They've just not been able to get the ball there, and you have to give Petersburg credit. They really play nice post defense.
Rams lead it 27-19, and Berg takes it down for the layup, but Corey Tressler's there and rejects it. The Rams back down court. Mosley in the lane, gets it back out to Tressler. Tressler on the right side to Joey. Joey has the ball knocked loose, run down in the corner by Ben Wetzel, and the Vikings back on the attack. 27-18.
I don't think I ever remember recently Southern blocking as many shots as they have tonight.
Yep, Berg works it inside to Taylor. Turnaround jumper off the baseline, no good. Rebound underneath, put back up by Wetzel, no good, but he's fouled.
Well, Wetzel just a great job going to the offensive glass, crashed from the high post, kind of just took that ball away from all the rest of the Rams that had probably a better position than he did.
Nathan Harris gets his first personal, second team foul. And Ben Wetzel is at the free throw line for two. First shot's up, it's good. 7 points on the night for Wetzel. He has all 3 points for the Vikings here in the third quarter. Here's Evan Lance back into the lineup, and also in is Jimmy Heinball. So we got Heinball, DeWitt, Mosley, Lance, and Tressler. Second shot up is no good. Bounces off. Whistle. Battle for the rebound. Out of bounds. Last touch by Tressler.
Yeah, the ball came off, went straight up, and Tressler went up, and the ball ended up going off his foot.
Rohrball. Caleb Rohrball will inbound. Gets it over in the corner. Comes into Alt, and the ball's kicked, so Vikings will retain possession. 1:03 to play in the third quarter, 27-19 Southern. He lobbed the ball in, turnaround, fall-away jumper is no good by Wetzel. Rebound tapped around, and Wetzel gets it back, puts it up, no good, and wow, they got a blocked shot. Looked like a lot of body for me. Mosley got away with a foul there. They brought it back out. Moore has it, kicks it over on the left wing to Burton. Burton back out, shot put up there, no good. Rebound by the Rams. That was by Burton, put up the shot inside the arc. Rams have it now with 35 seconds to play. They should hold for this at last shot. Chance to they have their biggest lead now at 8. The chance to go by 10 here, or maybe 11 if they can hit this last bucket. 20 seconds to play. The ball's out front. Mosley has it.
Looks like a triangle and 2 right here.
DeWitt gets it back over on the near side, comes over to Heinball. Heinball with 10 seconds. Gets it over. Now they go to Tressler. Tressler drives baseline. Whistle. Foul called on the Vikings.
And I think Petersburg at that time dropped back in a triangle and 2. Maybe they've done that a couple times that I haven't noticed, because I kept saying that Brad Reese's man was dropping off of him, and I think they might have gone that earlier. And I was sleeping up here, John. It looked like sure looked like that time they were in a triangle and 2.
Foul called with 5 seconds. Mosley windbound off the baseline. The foul was on Adam Berg, his first. And the inbound pass stolen away. Berg has it. 2 seconds in the lane. Puts it up. Good if it goes. Oh, it wouldn't go. They had a tap, and it didn't go. And our third quarter comes to an end with the score, the Southern Rams 27, the Petersburg Vikings 19. We'll be back after this.
Putting quality gas in your tank is smart, and filling up at your local Mobil or BP Amoco gas station is even smarter. Why? Because BP Amoco and Mobil gasoline keeps your engine clean and running smooth. Stop today and fill up with quality BP Amoco and Mobil gasoline distributed by Peters Fuel Corporation, Oakland. And call Peters Fuel Corporation for your next home heating oil fill-up. Quality service, dependability, and free delivery, too. With over 47 years of service, they're a name to trust. Peters Fuel Corporation, Liberty Street, Oakland. Call 334-2509.
Schaefer Ford Sales at Oakland is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Ram Sports. Schaefer Ford recognizes the achievements of our athletes on and off the playing venue and wishes the Rams the very best of luck in their quest for a state championship this year. So to the boys and girls athletic teams, may you have a very successful season and have a good year in the classroom as well. This message brought to you by Schaefer Ford Sales, Route 219 North at Oakland, your Ford and Mercury dealer on the mountaintop.
The train station.
Well, be sure and stay tuned for our post-game show when we have our post-game interview with Coach Tom Mosley, and also we'll be choosing our Brownings Oakland Foodland player of the game. Rams had the ball to start the fourth quarter. Ball comes in to Mosley. Now to Reese, back out Miller, just inside the foul circle. Bounce pass on the near side to Tressler. Tressler looks down low. Reese pops out to the top of the key, gets the pass. Rams lead by 8, 27-19 with 7:40 to go in the ball game. Reese gets it to Mosley. He's standing in the center circle. Takes it to the top of the key. Now back to Reese. Reese looks down low. Now it's a straight man-to-man. Whistle, timeout by Coach Mosley. Wants to talk things over. You don't think?
No, I don't think. They're playing Corey Tressler, Corey Mosley man-to-man, and then they're having their point man come out up on the triangle way above the foul line, stop any penetration, or 2 big guys are matching up with whoever's inside.
Okay. They're disguising that pretty good. It would take somebody with your knowledge of the game to pick that up. It looked like straight man-to-man to me, but
well, you watch the ball because it's in Corey Tressler and Corey Mosley's hands a lot of the time, and they're being played man-to-man.
Well, Coach Mosley wanted 30 seconds to talk that over and come up with a solution for it. He has the lead, 27-19. Rams also have the basketball.
And you could tell the Rams looked confused. They weren't sure what was being played against them.
Inbound it comes. Now Reese has it out near the center line. Works his way to the top of the key. Right side to Joey Tressler. Back to Reese. Reese goes down, stops, puts one off the glass, up and in. Brad Reese.
And that's the best thing you can do for a combination trick defense like that, is to have the other guys step in and hit a shot.
Brad from about 12 feet off the glass gives the Rams a 10-point lead, 29-19. And now as Travis Boyer drives down the lane, he's fouled. I think Brad Reese will pick that one up. And he does. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul against the Rams. Very quickly, the Vikings work it in, and pass goes in the lane. Shot put up by Burton, no good. Corey Mosley comes down with the rebound. Up court very quickly to Reese. Reese takes it all the way down, puts it off. Shot blocked. And out of bounds. Nice block by Kevin Burton.
Hesitated just a second, or he'd have had that layup. I think he's just becoming more and more confident. I'm glad to see him hit that last shot.
Corey Tressler gets it into Reese. Now it comes to Mosley. Mosley in the corner. Joey Tressler. Back out comes Reese. Head to 15-footer. Back to Alt.
Reese wide open right there, and he needs to stick that.
Waits for the offense to set up. Now it comes to Joey Tressler. He'll put up the 15-foot jumper off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound fought for. Pulled down by Ben Wetzel. Wetzel outlet pass to Bohr. And he'll wait for the Cavalry to catch up. And the Rams are back into their half-court defense. They lob it inside. Corey Mosley picks it off. He comes down 1-on-3 and has it taken away by Travis Bohr and taken back away. But a whistle and a foul called. And it's against Brad Reese. That's his second.
Yeah, Corey Tressler was on the break off that steal, tried to spin in traffic, and that's usually not a good idea.
Too many red shirts around him, that's for sure. 29-19 is our score. Rams lead. 6:13 to go in the ball game. Bohr on the right wing gets it over. Ball taken away. Mosley again. Whistle, though, and a foul call. That should go against Alt.
Mosley stepped into the passing lane, picked that off. Looked like he was going to get a breakaway lineup, and Alt running full speed. I don't think he meant to. Just ran right over him and knocked him down.
Second personal against Alt. Fourth team foul. Make that third team foul against the Vikings. Brad Reese walks into the front court.
Right there on the elbows where this is open, on each elbow.
Joey Tressler has it, looks over, down in the corner to Mosley, back out to Tressler, over to Reese. Reese looks down low, now to Joey. There's that 15-foot jumper. Tressler, Joey Tressler.
Right from the elbow, and Joey Tressler's not going to be bashful about shooting that, I guarantee you. He's got that Tressler mentality. I'm going to shoot it if I'm open.
Bohr tries to work it over on the far side to Alt. Nobody touched it, out of bounds. The Rams get it back. They lead by 12 and have the basketball. Whistle and a timeout called by the Vikings. 5:37 to go. The Rams lead 31-19. We'll be back after this message.
At Peak Rehab, they know that rehabilitation is like climbing a mountain. Challenging, tough, even discouraging. But reaching the peak of your performance is worth the work. At Peak Rehab, you'll get one-on-one care, a staff that's friendly and understanding, with cutting-edge technology and techniques. Peak Rehab offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy, physical work evaluations, vision rehab, and so much more. Call Peak Rehab today at 301-533-1010 and reach your peak performance.
92.3, the train.
Well, we're back at Southern High School. The Rams with 12-point lead, and Northern playing tonight down at Allegheny, and Bob Moore is on the monitor to station. Maybe, Bob, if you get a chance on the next break, if you can catch us up with the score, we'd appreciate it, and see how they're doing down there.
That should be a very interesting ball game. They're two pretty good teams.
Yep, two very good teams. And
Southern girls play tomorrow night at Westmar. That game won't be on the radio.
Yeah, that's not a radio game, but if you get a chance, get down and watch the girls play. And I'll tell you what, Friday night these Rams go down and play the Huskies, and that'll be a real ball game, and that'll be a tough
one of the tougher games of the year.
Here's Joey Tressler on the left wing. Whistle, foul called, and it's going to go against Corey Tressler, I believe. Yep, on a push underneath. That's Corey's first personal. Trying to get through a screen and just pushed his way through. Here comes Alt with the basketball, and he brings it to the top of the key. Bounce pass over on the left side. Wetzel with the jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Burton. Burton puts it up, no good. Gets his own tap, no good. And that rebound is pulled down by Tressler. Gets it out to Mosley. Mosley down in the corner to Reese. Reese looks down low, takes it into the lane, kicks it left side. Joey Tressler, 15-foot jumper, count it. Joey Tressler steps up, hits two 15-footers. And the Rams lead it 33-19. Over it goes on the left side to Vance. Ball, however, his head. He comes back out to Alt. Alt on the right wing. 4:40 to play in the ball game. Takes it down the lane, scoop shot, puts it up and in. Nice move by Cliff Alt.
I just heard a report that in the fourth quarter, the Huskies are ahead 56-51 over Allegheny.
Is that right? All right. The Huskies with a big win down there if they can hold on to that. Over on the right side, it goes to Tressler. Back out to Reese. 4:16 to play in the ball game. Rams lead 33-21. Inside it goes to Lance. Lance with a nice move underneath, but he was too far under.
He probably should have used a reverse layup and been all right.
Vance brings it down over in the left-hand corner where he's double-teamed, has to pull up the dribble. Mosley hits the court. I don't know what happened to him. Here's Wetzel on a turnaround, but he travels as he makes his spin, and the Rams get it back.
I think Mosley tripped over the line because I didn't see anybody else tripping.
Wasn't anybody close, huh? Well, those lines jump up occasionally. Just under 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Rams by 12, 33-21. Rams with Lance, Reese, Tressler, Mosley, and Joey Tressler.
Straight man-to-man now.
Joey has the ball, gets it to Lance. He comes out to the top of the key with it, gets it over to Reese. Reese bounce pass to Tressler. That's Corey. Corey pulls up, puts the three in the air short. He had a guy right on him.
Probably not a good shot right there for that situation.
Alt was there, and he got the long rebound back. They work it over now to Wetzel in the corner, back out top of the key to Bohr. He'll take it down the left side of the lane. Little scoop shot with the right hand, no good. Rebound is sought for. It looked like Lance and Mosley both had it. Mosley comes up with it, shot put up, tapped the basket for Corey Tressler, and he was fouled.
That time the rebound, I think it was by Lance, I'm not sure, but got it to Corey Mosley, and he looked up the floor and saw Petersburg wasn't real quick getting back, threw it long to Tressler, caught it on the wing, and just took it straight to the basket.
Foul on Cliff Alt, that's number 3 on Alt, and that'll send Tressler to the free throw line to shoot one, make up the conventional three-point play.
21 points for Corey Tressler on the night.
This is his first trip to the line. In comes Nathan Harris. Out goes Lance.
Chris Miller back into the ball game also.
Trying to get Nathan Harris some time, I think, and try to get a situation where they can get him and Lance in the game at the same time. Tressler hits it 36-21. Inside pass goes to Wetzel. Wetzel tries to get the shot off, but he's fouled. They're going to say it's a floor foul, not a shooting foul.
It was on Corey Tressler, came across the lane and helped side on that post feed and tried to strip the ball and got called for reaching across, hitting across the arms.
That's 2 on Tressler, 16 fouls against the Rams. Inbound pass, shot off the baseline by Wetzel, misses everything. Rebound by Tressler down to Reese. On the right wing, now he comes back over on the near side to Mosley. Mosley in the corner, Corey Tressler, 3 ball in the air, off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down Wetzel.
I think that time Corey Tressler was too wide open.
Yeah, Alt gets it over on the right side to Berg. He tried to lob it inside, knocked away by Mosley, and Reese pulls it down. 36-21 Rams, 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Reese gets it back out to Tressler over on the right side to Mosley. Mosley, lob pass inside to Harris. Harris is fouled underneath. Going to count the basket or
no,
not?
it was before he was actually fouled on the catch.
Yeah.
It was a back screen for like an alley-oop type play. It's one of the options on the Rams. No, they called it a shooting foul. I thought for sure the whistle went when he caught the ball, and he still hadn't come down.
Officials are going to do a great thing here. They're going to talk it over. I don't think they're going to allow the shot. Let's see. Yep.
Well, he held it. The referee that called it would not like back down. He said on the shot.
Well, the ball went in though. Didn't it?
Well, yes, the ball did go in.
It should be one. Coach Mosley is saying the ball went in. Harris puts it up, makes it. So Nathan Harris with his first point of the night.
I think he thought that Nathan Harris was not going to come down with it. He was going to just alley-oop it and shoot it right away. I don't know. I don't know how you can get a 2-shot foul out of it.
I thought
the bucket not go in.
I thought the ball went in. Maybe not.
It did. It certainly did.
What do we know? We're up here. Harris with the second. It's good. Nathan Harris.
Nice looking stroke on his free throw.
38-21, 17-point lead. Inbounds pass, was it last touch? Yes, it was. Last touch by Casey Vance. Rams get it back, and Nick Drake comes in. He'll replace Brad Reese. Reese gets a nice hand from the crowd below us. Mosley comes into the front court now as the clock ticks down close to 2 minutes to play. Tressler gets it back out front. Harris pops out. Gets it over to Gregg on the right wing. Gregg looks down low, back out top to Keith Miller. Miller with the fake, takes it in, gets it to Tressler. Tressler on the right wing, back out front to Harris. Harris back to Tressler.
This is the Rams' delay game. 5-man motion.
Bosley has it knocked away. Miller picks it up, 15-footer off the foul line. No good off the rim. Wetzel comes back up for the Vikings. He loses control, but it's picked up down there by Vance. Down the baseline, puts the shot up, count the basket, and he's fouled. Casey Vance, 4 points on the night. Here comes Joey Tressler back in, along with Jimmy Heinball and also Brett DeWitt. I'd say Brett Rice. All right, by the way, I hope Brett's getting along well. I hope you're listening tonight, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you out here soon.
And we got all no starters in the game at all for the Rams right now.
Casey Vance makes the three-point play, and inbound it comes to Harris. Harris double team, gets the ball back out to Heinball. Heinball with a minute and a half to play into the front court, works against Vance. Picks up the dribble, gets on the near side to Joey Tressler. Tressler looks down low. Harris has it, works his way inside, fakes, puts the shot up, partially blocked. He gets it back and shoved out of bounds, and they want to call the foul?
Yeah, that's Josh Taylor. I think that's his 5th foul.
If it's on him, it sure is, and he has committed his 5th. He fouls out with 4 points on the night. And that's only the 5th or 6th team foul. Well, they're going to say 1-1. I don't think yet, but we'll see.
And that is the 5th foul.
Yeah, he fouled out. I didn't think we were in 1-on-1 territory yet, and we're not. Oh, yes, we are. What do I know? I just follow the scoreboard. You shouldn't do that. It's going to send Nathan Harris. He's 2 for 2 at the line. Now they're going to go back and say, no, it's not. And I didn't think it was.
Next one's 1-on-1.
There you go. Rams waiting for somebody to take it out. Nick Gregg runs in, gets it into Harris. Harris back out front. It comes to Heinball. Jimmy Heinball behind the back dribble. Nice escape move. Gets it over to Blamble in the ball game. Blamble to Gregg. Gregg's jumper, short, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Wetzel.
Second foul on Nick Gregg.
Well, did he? I don't think he got that one, did he? Yeah, he did.
Little reach in.
Okay, Nick Gregg picks up his second. 7th team foul, so it'll be the 1-on-1 for Ben Wetzel. He is 1 for 2 at the line tonight. Now 1 for 3 as he misses it. Ball is out of bounds on the rebound. It'll be Ram basketball. Under a minute to play, 57 seconds exactly. Brett DeWitt will inbound. And 50 seconds to go down at Allegheny.
Allegheny now's got the lead, 64-60 with 50 seconds left in the ball game.
Okay, here's the ball stolen away by Petersburg. Player comes down. That is Casey Vance. He's fouled as he goes in. So Alco comes back with 50 seconds to go. They lead 64-60, and boy, what an effort, though.
Man, that Allegheny just kind of shows you what kind of a team Northern has this year.
Vance puts the first shot up. It's good. 38-25, and now, no, the second shot will not fall. Rebound tapped around, pulled down by Wetzel. Back out to Vance. Vance takes it down the lane, loses the ball. It's on the floor. Taken away, though, and put up and in. Give that one to Caleb Rohrball. That's his first basket of the night. Nick Gregg gets the inbound pass, fires it down court, and very high going up to get it's Nathan Harris, but when he come down, he traveled.
Yeah, getting a little bit ragged right now. And the Rams got to make sure now they don't foul. Let that clock run.
38-27, Rams by 11. Second unit on the floor, has been for a while. Here's the ball. They try to work it in, knocked away. Picked up by Wetzel. Wetzel, 15-foot jumper, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Eric Blamble. Blamble gets it over to Heinball. He'll bring it down with 5 seconds. 15-foot jumper around the rim won't go. Rebound tapped around, out of bounds. The last touch by Nathan Harris. 1.6 on the clock. 38-27. Shot put up from three-quarter court is no good. With that, our game comes to an end with the final score. The Southern Rams 38 and the Petersburg Vikings 27. So the Rams go 2-1 on the season, and the Vikings start out 0-1. And Steve Freese says with 19 seconds to go, it's 65-62 Allegheny. And we'll keep you posted on that. We'll give you a update as soon as we come back on our post-game show. Be sure and stay tuned for the post-game. Have our interview with Coach Tom Bosley, and also be choosing the Brownings Open Foodland Player of the Game. We'll be back after these messages.
John Deere knows you're patient. No fortune cookie determines your fate unless it says good things come to those who wait. You're a stickler for reliability, versatility, and financial flexibility. Well, now that you can get the John Deere 2210 compact utility tractor for low introductory payments of just $139 a month, you'll be connecting and removing more than 60 attachments faster than a kid in a candy store. With these low introductory payments, you'll be lacing up those sneakers and sprinting to your nearest John Deere dealer. No doubt you'll be first in line for that test drive. There's nothing like getting everything you want, and nothing runs like a Deere.
Offer ends 2/28/05. Subject to approved credit on John Deere Credit Revolving Plan, a service of FPC Financial FSP. Reduced payments for the first 36 months with 7.9% APR for the entire term. After the first 36 months, payments will be based on 2% of the amount financed. See dealer for details.
Test drive your new John Deere at Manor Home Center, your local John Deere dealer in Mountain Lake Park.
This is Kathy Schaefer, the proud owner of Schaefer Ford in Oakland. I'm proud of our employees because they care about our customers and each other. Did you know our sales department has a total of over 113 years of experience? And our service department has a total of over 127 years of experience. That's why people consider us to be the best dealership around. I'm also proud of our product. We now have the new 500, a four-door sedan, and Freestyle, an 8-passenger wagon, both with all-wheel drive, and of course the new Mustang. These are all in our showroom now. Come by and have a look. And last but certainly not least, I'm thankful and proud of our customers, our old customers, our new customers, and customers yet to come. So as the proud owner of Schaefer Ford in Oakland, from all of our dealership family and my personal family, Holly, Bart, and I'd like to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
92.3, The Train.
Well, we're back at Southern High School in our post-game show where the Rams have just won 2 ball games tonight. First, the Southern JVs victorious by the score of 42-40, run their record to 3-0 on the season. And the varsity have just run their record to 2-1 with a 38-27 victory over the Petersburg Vikings, who sees their record at 0-1 on the season. A good game. The second half, though, it looks like the Rams just stepped up the defense and just held Petersburg really to very few points.
Well, you're right, John. I thought that the biggest single play of the game was the end of the first half, but the reason that the Rams won and then got that lead was because they played just the increased intensity on the defensive end with a ball pressure and pressure on the first pass. Petersburg had nowhere to pass it lots of times and nowhere to dribble it.
And we have a final from Allegheny High School. The Allegheny Campers have defeated the Northern Huskies by the score of 69-62. The first report we had, the Huskies were up by, I think it was 5 or so, and not very few minutes to go in the ball game. But Alco did something. They turned it on and come up with a 69-62 victory. So these Rams will be facing those Huskies on Friday night, and that's going to be a tough matchup, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Tonight's game, the opener for Petersburg, they come out with a lot of scrappiness, a lot of athleticism, and they played well. They played hard the whole game and just came up short I think what you said was right, Coach. It's just the intensity of the defense in the second half was the difference.
Well, Petersburg started out the game with a lot of confidence. They came out and got ahead early. They were difficult to play against because offensively they had a five-man motion. They had nobody playing up and posting inside. It took Evan Lance away from the basket. He had to go out and play perimeter defense. And they opened up things for drives. It opened up flashes to the basket. And I think it's a good time for this to happen because, Northern plays the same style of ball with that five-man motion, just like Petersburg. So I think... it's a good time for that to happen. But Petersburg, scrappy defense, played a little triangle and two. For early in the year like this, it was some difficult type of things to play against, I think.
And, as usual, with us in the booth here after the ball game, Coach Tom Mosley. And, Coach, a very tough ball game, one that we think the defense pretty well took over in the second half. And but a very good Petersburg team. For an opening game, they played very hard.
Yeah, I was not surprised at all. They played the way I thought they would play. They played so aggressive. They played real well in the post defensively. The great thing about I think the thing I'm most pleased with is Evan Lance posted up about 100 times. Because they had to play a guy in front of him and behind him, it gave other people opportunities. We just didn't hit shots. We didn't do things right at times, and it seemed like the wrong person had the ball in their hand when they did that, and we reversed it to somebody that couldn't make something happen. But the mental part of Evan's progress was probably as much as I'm excited about in a long time, because a year ago in his sophomore year, he'd have been frustrated. He'd have got upset. He'd have retaliated. Hey, they were hacking him and pushing and shoving, but they were allowing on both ends, so I'm not complaining about the officiating part. I just know that his mental toughness was very, very good, and that's the thing we've really worked on him with. Especially, personally, I've really spent a lot of time, so I'm happy as I can be that he was mentally tough tonight, because he had to be. He was surrounded, and he did a great job.
So it's one of those cases that doesn't show up in the box score or in the paper tomorrow, but really was a big part of the game.
Told him at halftime, said, what you're doing, you don't understand. There's no point. He does understand. He's brilliant. But he went ahead and did it, and that's the great thing about it. That's a sign of maturity. There's a guy that's a junior, and the great thing about him is he returns. So, well, I thought just of all our people, I thought he had our best all-around ball game. And guys, did he score? I mean, as dumb as that sounds, did he get? I know he got a couple points, but
he got one on a fast break, and then one on penetration where they dumped to him.
We probably missed him 5 times on fast breaks. It seemed like then, and of all nights for Corey Bosley to have a terrible night, it's a night when we didn't need him, so I guess it worked out. But Corey Bosley was just out of control and out of sync and didn't play well. And
well, he started out and he missed like his first 6 shots, and they weren't bad shots. They just didn't fall, and then he never seemed to get on track.
Well, he wasn't square. He was worried about getting hit, and he was trying to get hit, and he wanted to get hit. Had he hit a couple of those, now those people run out to him, and now Evan becomes more open. Our kids did this for the first time, though. They found Corey Tressler, which is what we worked on for 2 days. We talked about that, John, maybe in the pregame. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we did.
I think we mentioned that. We tried to force it to Evan because from the side we're screaming, get it in there to him, because he's working his Randolph in there. But, if you watch college games, those guys do that forever and ever and ever and ever. But the saving grace for them is you throw it real high and they go get it. High school, you can't do that, at least at our level. They just, once that big guy's frustrated, they just throw it up about 12 feet, and he catches it and throws it home, and now he's satisfied for another 10 trips down. The part that Evan did well was he was never satisfied, and that's okay. I wouldn't have been either. He worked his ruin off, but you know what? It took 2 or 3 to hang in there with him, and then all of a sudden we got enough to spread it and make it wide open.
Well, I think what you're saying, Coach, is just the maturity that, you see so many players, well, they're not getting me the ball, I'm going to quit working. It's hard to keep doing that over and over and over, never seeing the ball at all. Like they say, the big guy likes to touch the ball once in a while if you want him to rebound.
That's why you got to get it to him on a break, and I'll explain that to Corey and Brad. It seemed like the time he was open, Brad had it in his hands trying to do something he hasn't done before. He was catching it on a rebound, Brad was bringing it himself, which is uncharacteristic. Usually it's in the hand of a point guard. So, hey, Evans going to be fine. The big test for him, as all time here in a few minutes, is now will he respond properly the next time? Because what's going to happen is if we're shooting the ball against that stuff, Evans going to be wide open, or he's going to get offensive putbacks forever.
Well, Coach, I thought the biggest difference in the game when you guys got the lead was just the intensity on the defensive end. The ball pressure, the denial, the pressure on the first pass was just tougher the second half. Were they tough to pressure earlier or anything? Because they had like 5 people in the perimeter. You had really no post player. The help side had to go farther. Was that a problem for you?
Well, we didn't know all about them like we do most teams because, hey, let's face it, they haven't played yet. It's hard to know them just from summer league and their strengths and weaknesses. And for example, one adjustment Coach Saturday or Coach Bender, one of those guys did was they stuck Evan in the lane, kind of like with Poolsville last year. It was the biggest key to the Poolsville game, and he probably didn't get any credit. They certainly didn't get any points for hanging out in the lane and stopping all penetration for the night against Poolsville. Well, that cut down that stuff the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter for sure tonight because we stuck him in there. So much so that they quit using the open post, went to a double post and tried to get it inside. Guess what happens? Now they got to deal with Evan again. It's just Evans down in there knowing full well where they are all the time. So they made Evans' job easy. You know, we don't keep block shots for this reason. You guys, I'm sure, aware of this. We don't keep that as a stat because you don't want people leaving their feet like they do. Evan's smart enough to know that I'll leave it from help side and block it. That's when you want to do it. Yes, you could teach that, but then when they start leaving their feet, they leave their feet on shot fakes and everything else. I'll bet you had 5 blocks.
Well, we had the comment earlier, John and I were talking, we said, I don't remember Southern ever blocking that many shots in one game.
If he didn't have 5, he probably had 5 more. They altered or moved because of his presence. So, guys, I'm not going to decide for you. You do what you want to do up here as far as players of the game, but our best player all around with his entire game tonight was Evan Lanston. You said he had 5 points. You make the choice. I don't. That's okay. I thought Corey Tressel played very well tonight. I thought he played better, more under control, and we looked for him better. I thought a big key, Coach Yoder, I'm sure you mentioned this on the radio, is they went triangle and 2. You know, if it were 5, 6, 7, 8 games in this season, we could have made a call from the sideline because we had to use a timeout to do it. Is that frustrating? No. It's a chance to teach. But then we had Brad on one elbow, Joey Tressel on the other elbow. He missed his first one. Brad stuck one just as we drew up. Joey hit 2 more, I think, just as we drew up, and all of a sudden the triangle.